You dealt extensively with the differences between the East and the West in your career as a statesman, as an artist, as an intellectual professor. And you mentioned also that there is a gap that needs to be bridged. How do you see this gap can be bridged?
First of all, let me try to bring some smile in this gloomy atmosphere. Because in the Balkans there is something that I think we should cherish a lot, that we can smile and laugh even in sufferance, which European Unionists are not able to do, really. Someone approached a Euro optimist and a Euro pessimist nowadays, and asked the Euro optimist what was his view of the enlargement. And he said Turkey will enter EU either under North Macedonian presidency or Albanian presidency. And then the Euro pessimist was asked, and he said, of course, they both will enter EU under Turkish presidency. So we have found a way to deal with all this Beckett incarnation through EU. EU is our Samuel Beckett. We are waiting for Godot. I don't know who is Vladimir and who is Estragon, me or Zoran, but for sure, North Macedonia and Albania are like these two people in the Beckett drama, when the one says, shall we go? The other says, let's go. And Beckett says, nobody moves. Of course, the beauty of it is that Beckett can show itself in the European Union through different colors and nations. Lately he is Bulgarian. But we are here to fight. Why to fight? Because we are not seeking for a license to be Europeans. We are Europeans. Whatever people in the Union might think, whatever people in the Union might say, we are Europeans. And frankly, I am very, very thankful to the Prime Minister here and the President, of course, because finally, in this debate about future of Europe, we are invited. Of course, it's a side meeting. It's not the meeting, because it's very dramatic and funny, frankly, to see the European Union engaging in the debate future of Europe, and we are not invited. They could, at least for kindness, change the name. Future of the European Union. Because if it's future of Europe, we are Europe, and there is no future of Europe without the Western Balkans within the European Union. If the European Union will continue like that, will be not good for us, but will be worse for the European Union, believe me. Not because I'm giving to the Balkans, all the weight that we always used to see each other when we were isolated, but because I'm frankly saying that you mentioned the founding fathers in the beginning. If the founding fathers would wake up and would follow this debate on future of Europe, I think they would think better dead than alive. And I have no proof, but they are turning in the grave. They are turning in the grave. What future of Europe? And debating for what? For this priests in Constantinople when the walls were going down and they were discussing the sex of the angels. So, sorry for being so Balkanic, but this is the great thing of being a European from the Balkans. Because you never lose the sense of humor with your tragedy.
Thank you.
No, thank you. I've not finished because
But you will have
at
to.
least here in Slovenia, at least here in Bled, we can take some of the time they did not give us in the future of Europe debate for so long time. Okay, I'll finish with that. Please don't mention anymore the third actors, the third factors, because it's too ridiculous. On one hand, they are saying to us, you love us? Good. They don't say we love you too. They say, you are important for us. We will marry you one day. But until then, nor we can talk together, either you should talk to others. Of course, it's trying to prove our character and our loyalty, but it should not work like that. And nobody is coming to senses. We are not talking about becoming members. What enlargement? When we become members, I don't know, Macron, who is the youngest, will be writing memories. So we are talking about opening accession talks. Talk, just talk.
Okay, Mr. Rama, thank you very much for a lively
I want to take advantage
presentation.
And ask the President of Bulgaria, please, you Bulgarians, don't be purely European Unionist. Be a bit Balkanic. Open the way. Open the way. What are you trying to save there? You know? You are trying to save what? Open the way to talk. Let us talk with them, and then you are like Balkanic. You can be all the time in the way and saying, no, we block here, we block there, we stop here, we stop there. But open the way.
What is actually wrong with the enlargement process so that it doesn't move forward? Which countries are actually behind this? Is there a political will? Should we move from the consensus decision-making to qualified majority voting when it comes to the enlargement? Are there any other possibilities?
In all the decision-making process and in all discussions about enlargement, there is a big elephant in the room. The founding fathers were driven by idealism and goals. Now the driving is nationalism and polls. So when I say nationalism, I don't mean nationalist governments necessarily. I mean governments and leaders that are scared about nationalism in their own country, and then before speaking about any of us, they look at the polls. Because there is no other explanation that we seem to be too corrupt when there is an election coming in one country, and then after the election has ended, that country says, you are fine. But once we are fine with one country, there is another country that has elections, and so further. And I'm quite sure that after they finish their elections, the situation will be much more positive for North Macedonia, and hopefully they'll not be asked to change the name again in West Bulgaria. Thank you.
Okay. Right, so